Okay. Okay. Once I start, so am I going for it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you? Okay.
I'm just seeing if it's pulling.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, yep.
Are we there? I see.
Right.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Rogue Gamers podcast. Okay, that was a bad start. I'll tell you why, because I was looking for our live stream there. Like, okay, let's go again. I know we live already, but fuck it. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Rogue Gaming Podcast. I am your host Bruno Pinto, and with me as ever, I have my friend from America, a brother from another mother, from a Trump mother. Is that what I'm saying
Oh
these days?
no, no.
Is that an insult? Mr. Aaron, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, today the sun came out again because we've had April showers here in England, so I had the week off and it pretty much rained every day, which is typical. And then the moment I go back to work,
Fun.
the sun comes out again. But yes, we but now we're starting to move towards May, which which is better weather. But also the month of May, there's some video games coming out, and I had a question for you to start with.
Okay.
I was thinking, with all these games coming out in May, and there's a lot of good ones, right? What is the one you're most looking forward to?
I mean, there's two right off the bat that hit. I'm probably gonna say Doom Dark Ages. I am a huge fan of the new, uh, um, and I'm really looking forward to playing everything that Shane. I mean, you
Yeah,
do a Doom mech and got a little open worldish, which is kind of weird for this, but I'm intrigued to see it. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
I mean, Eternal was a bit of open zone already as well. Not quite open world, but they had some larger maps. Yeah.
Yeah. So this
Uh,
this one looks to be more. Yeah. Intrigued with it.
yeah.
What about you, Bruno?
Well, if I can just touch on the Doom, because I'm super excited about it as well. And what I like about this new trilogy, starting with the 2016 Doom is they kind of went for run and gun, right? That's what they wanted to do, and get close and personal to the enemies. And then with Eternal, they were like, they want you to jump around, just jump around, keep grappling hook, everything, just move around and shoot. And now they want you to stand and fight, which I quite like that. I quite like. I do like to stand and just take demons out. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. That would have been there, but because you said that, I'm going to say something else. I'm going to go with Elden Ring Night Rain. That's coming out right at the end of May. Yeah, I'm quite excited for that as well. Are you going to get it? As I'm assuming that one as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm huge fan of Elden Ring, and so this. I'm very intrigued because this is like the first of two of these style games that they're doing. So yeah, I'm really curious to see how the game is going to. It looks like there's going to be more mechanics in this. So yeah, very excited about it. I got to play through Doom really quick so I can get.
This this is the issue at the moment. We'll go on to the playlist later, but this is the issue at the moment. Literally, Oblivion just got shadow dropped, even though it was the like the a secret that everyone knew about it already, unfortunately. And then literally a couple days later, we have Clair Obscure comes out, which is obviously today, and just games keeps coming out fast, and then May's around the corner, and yeah, we have Doom, and then the Dark Ages, and obviously and Elden Ring. It's just it's too many games. Definitely, definitely too many games. I'll tell you what these two games have in common as well. Okay, this is something I've noticed about what a great game needs, and these two have it. In spades is a good score or a good soundtrack. Okay, So with that in mind, I have a second question for you today, and this is our draft question. Yeah, this is where we think three. We pick three choices, and the question is, what is the best soundtrack in a video game? Okay,
Right.
and because I'm a gentleman, I'm gonna let you go first. But before you go, before you go, I wanted to say I had a lot of thinking. I thought a lot about this, and I had a long thinking session, and because we're gonna let our obviously viewers and slash listeners vote on which one picked the three best, which one is the best draft, right? And I was thinking to myself, soundtrack, okay? Yes, there is obviously the big classical numbers with orchestral scores, all right? But there's also soundtracks, like literally great songs, a game with great songs, and I'm like, they're both soundtracks, so we're interested to see which ones you're gonna go for. But I'm letting you go first. That's how confident I am that I'm letting you go first. But that means the next one I'll go first. Okay.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Um, so I kind of dismissed the ones that have uh music collaboration. So like Tony Hawk, those games. I kind of dismissed those. I wanted like
Well, the ones with
original.
great soundtracks.
Yeah, I mean they're amazing, but I wanted original scores for games. And I mean there's really two. I mean either way,
Not
going
two.
first.
You're going one.
Yeah, I mean either way, going first or second. I think there's two obvious like number one. And so I'm gonna go with the one that hits me better, and that would be Halo.
That is interesting. Okay, great start. I mean, we love all of the Halo's soundtrack, but Halo 3 in particular. That's Martin. I'll just quickly the quick Google there. Martin O'Donnell. I specifically like the. There's a level, I want to say, the one where you get into the Scorpion, the tank, and then you go up the hill, and then you're coming down the hill, and then you're shooting the walkers, and the orchestral score just keeps rising. I seem to remember that one being excellent. So why did you pick it then? Why did you pick Halo 3?
I mean, Halo is one of my favorites of all time. I mean, really, all this in the original 3 plus ODST, like all of them are. But I've played through Halo 3 probably 5 times. Every time, like it's like every situation, like whether it be the creepy areas, blood, or those ginormous zones where you're in the tank, or uh, just it just gets me hyped. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a great choice. I'm actually surprised. I let you go first because I thought you were gonna go for something else, and then I could have picked Halo as my second choice maybe. But I'm actually gonna give you I'm not gonna go for the one you think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for the one which is correct. Okay, even though you think I'm gonna go for that one, but I'm not. And the listener at home is going like, "What the fuck is happening?" Right, I am gonna go for Zelda: Breath of the Wild. So I'm actually gonna go for in preparation for this. I got some nice new headphones. I listened to a lot of scores, and yes, the one you're gonna pick next. Okay, and I'll confirm if you pick the one I'm thinking or not in a second. It's great. Has some fantastic sounds, but Zelda manages to do the Breath of the Wild manages to and to be fair, its sequel as well, the Tears of the Kingdom. It picks that on those tones from the original SNES games, and it just just puts them, it just elevates them, and it's one of those scores. To me, a great score complements, doesn't take over. Okay, and this one here just complements the as you're playing, as you're going through the grasslands, as you're fighting a boss. it's just seamless. It just goes from one to the other. You don't notice it, but it's there, and when you listen to it, it's beautiful. So yes, that's my my choice for my first
I mean
pick.
that's a great one. I would probably go for Zelda if I was to pick Zelda. I would look at A Link to the Past. I personally I would go that.
Hmm.
But excellent choice. That's definitely a top five for sure. Um,
So not a top three. So by the way, there's a few composers on this
yep.
on this one. I'm not gonna try and say the names because I'm gonna mispronounce all of them. But yes, I quite like this one. By the way, I'm going. Yeah, I'm starting with Zelda, so you can see I'm not gonna go your normal route. Okay, what is your number two anyway?
I mean, number two,
Final
probably.
Fantasy.
I mean, I'm really kind of shocked this is still here for me,
Uh-huh.
because it is probably one of the famous score
Mm-hmm.
video games. That's got to be Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm. And for the listener at home, yes, that's the game I was alluding to I'm leaving it for him. Um, don't get me wrong, if it was still available, I would have took it as my second choice for sure. Now, that is a great score, and I was listening to it, and there's some really good songs. But in my opinion, the reason I didn't pick it, even though it's a great score, is that I don't think there's a main theme to it. Okay, each character has their great theme, right? And especially the Aerith one is top notch. And when you listen to a Jurassic Park, you go like, that's Jurassic Park. Okay,
Yeah.
you listen to Star Wars, that's Star Wars.
Well,
Uh,
I'll
I
fight
think Final
you.
Fantasy doesn't have that, in my opinion.
No.
Where Zelda does, but
I mean Zelda a little bit, but it when you hear the battle music for Final Fantasy VII, you know instantly that's Final Fantasy.
sure,
That
sure.
the Sephiroth theme, the Aerith theme, all
Yes, yeah.
Midgar, like all
I
of
mean,
that.
is it even the best Final Fantasy score? Because I would argue 6 is probably better. Also, 10 is not far off it as well. I think by going Final Fantasy, it's a great choice. Don't get me wrong, but there are there's so many installments of it, and so many of them are so great.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, you could say the same thing to me about picking Breath of the
yeah.
Wild, like you said with the early one. That is a good choice. Okay, is it my
Nathan,
time to go for my second one?
yes, I'm recording.
Shadow of the
Stop.
Colossus.
Ooh, okay, okay. I like it. I
See,
like it.
I told you, I'm playing here. I'm bringing the big guns now. Like Zelda, Shadow of the Colossus. When you hear it, it's Shadow of the Colossus. He has a beautiful again. It just picks up, and when you fight the Colossus, you just again the music just builds up and it doesn't take over because everything is happening, but it just complements. So my pick is like I was saying, my picks have all been, and you'll see the third one as well, memorable yet complement the scene rather than try to take over the scene. I would argue that Halo, as much as I like it, I said earlier, Halo 3 you said takes over. Yeah, everything's happening, but it takes over. It proper like you cannot hear anything but the score, right? Whereas my two picks so far, I think, just complement the scene and just score the scene. But yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is a phenomenal
Yeah.
game. Probably if I had to do top 10, and probably will do at some point, we'll probably do a revised top 10 of all time. I think Shadow of the Colossus, especially the remake on the PS4, it probably will be up there. I think, or will be a contender. That is a phenomenal game. Great gameplay, great soundtrack.
Yeah. That that is a wonderful pick. That would probably be top 10 all time.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah.
I have two that I'm kind of debating between.
I
Um,
guarantee Neither of them are my third pick.
I,
Guarantee.
okay.
Guarantee it.
You got
I'll
some
be shocked.
obscure game like
No,
Pitfall or something like no.
not obscure at all. Not obscure at all.
Okay. Um, I think I'm gonna lean towards going with one that also has some wonderful songs that got transferred into Beat Saber, um, and that would be Undertale. Undertale has an absolutely phenomenal soundtrack that goes with uh like complements every situation that brings the tension level up.
I have never played Undertale. I am not familiar with the. I will be obviously listening to it after this, and dear listener, you should do the same. In fact, for all of the scores, if you're not familiar with them. So I cannot contribute too much onto it until I listen to it. But okay, I will listen to it and give you my my opinions maybe on the next podcast. I am. I have a. See, I could go with Undertale like option for my third pick. So we're talking, like a nice synthy score, right? Or I can go with my heart. And I'm gonna go with my heart, but then I'm gonna tell you what my fourth was. I'll allow you to tell tell us what your fourth is as well. Okay, I'm gonna go with Ori and the Will of the Wisps as my as my third pick.
Okay.
See, I went hard with all three of them. A bit less than the other two. This one you hear it a bit more because it tries to impose a bit more, but again, it just again complements this wonderful game and it's beautiful again and it's distinctively Ori. Okay, distinctively Ori. Now,
I mean, I'll fight you to the fact that if you like just hear it at random, it's going to be like, where is that from? But when you play it, it's definitely there. Like I don't think it's like a memorable score. Fantastic. It's underrated, I would say.
okay, it's definitely underrated, but what we're gonna give you our fourth choices in a second. They don't count into this pick, so I'm gonna just read back the pick. So Aaron has Halo 3. He has Final Fantasy 7, and he's got Undertale. Okay, so that's his pick for his draft. I went with The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. And then I went with Shadow of the Colossus, and I finished my draft with Ori and the Blind Forest.
Forest or Will
So,
of the Wisp?
I said Will of the Wisps. I meant Blind Forest. I've just corrected myself. Apologies. Okay. As I was writing it, I'm like, no, I meant. So apologies. I did say because what happened was I was writing it down so I could copy paste it into the notepad, and then it came up with the latest one. But I meant they're both great, but I meant the first one. Apologies.
Okay.
The Blind Forest. Now, what we want you to do, you can email in. You can email. What's the email again, Aaron?
It is Roguegamerspodcast at gmail.com.
You can email in your choice for which one picked the best draft. So just on the title of the email, just put draft choice or whatever draft. Just put draft, and then just either Bruno or Aaron for your choice. You can also obviously comment on the YouTube if the comments are working, because I know the comments were not. I think cause we're quite a new channel. I wasn't sure if the comments are available. Go ahead and put them on YouTube as well if you like. That's the only two we're going to be monitoring. I know we're on a lot of different platforms. When we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify. We're not going to be able to check all of them, so we're going to be checking the ones on YouTube and by email for sure. If you email in your choice, and we'll give them some time because we're obviously we're an old podcast but new at the same time. So we're not gonna we'll wait till we have a few answers before we pick a winner. We're not just gonna we had one person write in, so we're gonna go Aaron is the winner, yeah, because his cousin wrote in. Aaron told me to do it. Now, please send us in on the same email or on the comments. What's your choice? What's your draft as well? We would love to see where your choices are. and we're now gonna go and proceed with the fourth and maybe fifth. I might even throw a fifth one in here. Okay, okay.
I got a couple kind of hit.
In fact, I'll tell you I'll tell you my other three I have here. I'm not gonna talk too much about them, but the one I was really close with was Celeste.
Okay.
Celeste has a phenomenal score. Cuphead as a great, orchestral score as well. And my other one I had here was The Last of Us, which also has a great score.
Yep.
So those were my other ones I had in contention. That would have been a great draft on its own.
Oh yeah, that's a great draft right there.
Yeah.
So the three that I would say were just off the list for me. First one would be Doom 26, Doom Eternal, all those just heavy metal, hard hitting soundtracks. Just really ramps up the. Second one, the Mega Man 2.
Okay.
And then third, I would have Streets of Rage 2.
See, Marius, we're very happy with that because I know for a fact he's a massive fan of Streets of Rage and its synthy score. So there you go. Do email in with your who do you think had the best draft, but also more importantly, tell us what your draft is. We would love to hear what your score is. Should we have gone with should I have been safe? By the way, I bet you, not bet you, but I think if I went in and I said GTA Vice City, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and then picked another game with great songs, I might have won just on that because people do like a good soundtrack, like. But I went with my heart and I went with the scores instead. But Vice City specifically is like an amazing score. I mean, it's got Billie Jean, that's end of the conversation, right?
Yeah. Vice City is probably the best overall music compilation.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal. Yeah, but Tony Hawk's would have been a great choice as well. That's it's phenomenal. So there you are. That was our opening question and our draft. We're gonna be doing more of these drafts as we go along. I don't know if we're gonna do it every episode, but we'll try and do more. You can also write in the comments or email us in with your choices for other drafts we can do. We can we'll be drafting, could be top 3 roguelites or something. I'm sure we're going to be doing that probably next, but that type of stuff. And yeah, we're looking forward to hearing what you think as well. So yeah, should we normally move over to the news section a bit here. A lot of things happened, but I just wanted to talk to you. Did you see I didn't ask you this before the podcast. Did you watch the Nintendo Direct, the Mario Kart?
One? Yes.
Yeah. How good does that game look, eh? That 16 minutes. I answered a lot of my questions that I had because I wanted to see what the open world looked like, if you were going to be able to go and collect coins and other things, and you can. It sounds like you can. You can just go explore and still have that Mario thing of going and trying and get to the hard to get places. Maybe you can see it, but how do you get there? So I think it's like 2 games in one. You have this racer, right? Like we all love the Mario Kart, but then you have this Mario-like experience of an open world and go and collect the hard to reach things. Yes, I'm super excited for this, and I know it's pre-order day today in America. Have you pre-ordered one?
So after seeing that direct, I was so excited. Like it's everything that I wanted to start in. And I stayed up till midnight, and there's all kinds of complications. So, I am just hoping that I get an email. I'm gonna have to wait till restocks occur, but that's okay. Like,
I don't remember because we it's been 3 weeks since the last podcast. I don't remember if I talked about it on the last podcast or not, but I have managed to pre-order one. I don't know if it was after the cast or that I said to you, or if it was during the. But I managed to get one because of a technicality. One big retailer here, like your same as your normal like ones you have there, your Best Buy, whatever. One here that sells electronics decided to only do it in person. You can only do it in the store. You cannot do it online, and people are lazy. And you got to pay in full in advance, not deposit. You need to pay the whole thing in advance. And because of that, I was able to waltz in on the Saturday, like 3 or 4 days after the pre-orders open, and I waltzed in. Literally, was able to pick the bundle I wanted and paid for it, and it's all good. So I got a bit lucky. But I do feel for you because I know that it's been a bit of a mess there with the pre-orders, and I know that it got delayed, the pre-orders, because of tariffs. But luckily, the price stayed the same in America. But they increased the price of quite a few of the peripherals to try and make up for the tariffs, right?
Yeah, and
They went up by $5 or something. The controllers.
yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of blown away with how unorganized they are with doing it is just awful. Like, we're gonna, like, Best Buy for right at midnight.
Why midnight?
Yeah, one, why midnight? Two, everyone is sitting there crashing the website like we're not planned for. And then they don't even release it at midnight. It's actually at 12:30. And then there was reports I saw where people line to get, because they had like a line system. They waited an hour and a half, so it's o'clock in the morning now, and then kicked them out. Crash. So, like, why?
Well,
I mean,
the
just
issues
do a lotto system or something. Everybody sign up with one like verified account, and then you just get luck of the draw kind of thing.
I don't know if what Amazon did in America, but here in the UK, what Amazon did was simple. I didn't get it, but what they did was simple. As in, I didn't get it. As in, I understood it. I didn't got selected. They said that you have to have an Amazon account, which is obviously, it goes without saying. Of course, you cannot buy something on Amazon without having one. And then you just have to register your interest, and then they just went by people that actually buy stuff in Amazon, right? And then just put you into a lotto, and then if you got selected, you got selected. So they literally just pick at random. I didn't get picked, but that's fine. I managed to waltz into to a retail to an actual store and just bought one. But
I didn't see how Amazon here. I mean, at midnight, like the GameStop was at 10 a.m. and I was already out.
Yeah. The thing is, I kind of messed up with mine because I listened to Nintendo. I forgot the dates now, but they said it's going to be available for pre-order on this day, right? But that meant from Nintendo, not from other retailers. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll wait for that day, and I'll decide which one I'm going to go for. Yeah. And then literally the next day, I'm like, I'm reading the news, and I'm like, yep, all pre-orders have gone. And I'm like, what? Yeah. Well, what do you mean? What happened? I thought it was on this day, but no, it was just for them. But literally, it was that meme from Pulp Fiction when John Travolta just looks around. Yeah, literally, I went to my local Curry's. Curry's is where I got it from, right? I went to my local Curry's, and I'm waiting in my car. There's no queue whatsoever. They open at 8, yeah, and I'm there, right, 8 in the morning. I'm there. I get out of my car, and then this other guy gets out of his car, and then we're kind of like looking around, like, are we the only people here? I'm like, are you here for the Switch? I'm like, yeah, I'm here for the Switch. Yeah. Like, we was like, where's everyone? Oh, they probably ran out. That's why there was no one here, right? We walk in, and this is the guy there says, yeah, we sold about 50% of our allocation yesterday, but we still about 50% left of our allocation. Literally, we were like, oh, okay. So we just like, we have one each, please. And then we both were out of there like within 5 minutes with our pre-order done, no issues. Like, we're like, where's everyone? So I think it's because people are lazy. If it's online, they'll go for it. But if you have to walk to the store, yeah. But anyway, I wasn't sure if I made the right choice when I did it, because it was like I was like, there's only Mario Kart at because I only play Nintendo Switch. I only play the Nintendo games, right? Because the other games I'll play on my PC or on PS5. And I'm like, the only really game that they have other than the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of your Breath of the Wilds and all of that is Mario Kart, and I'm like, I'm really excited for it, but I'm not sure. But then I watched the 15-minute direct I did, and I was like, oh no, I'm proper I'm proper excited to play this now. This looks fucking phenomenal. So yeah, there you are. Let us know if you had as well. Did you manage to get one pre-ordered? Are you gonna wait? Let us know what do you think, and yeah, how did you get along with it? But yes, that was the news section. Should we move over then to the playlist? So this is obviously the part of the show where we talk about the games we have been playing. And if I can start, if that's okay,
By all
I've been
means.
playing. I've been playing a few games, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. I think I'm only going to talk about one game,
Okay.
and that's Blue Prince. Blue Prince, and as in the word blue, the color blue, and prince as in royalty. However, the name of the game is a play on words, because it's supposed to sound like you're saying blueprint, as in a blueprint from. And what you do in this game is you play this character that inherits this big mansion. But part of the stipulation for you to get the mansion is you need to get to room 46. So when you start the game, it's like a grid-based map, right? This mansion, where you have 9 squares forward, right, and 2 either side, so 45 squares in total. And you start with on a lobby with 3 doors: forward, left, or right, or more importantly, north, west, or east. And when you open a door, you get a choice of 3 rooms to draft. Okay, and the rooms have doors. They may have doors leading out. They may be dead end rooms, and each room, seemingly, when you start playing the game, some rooms you go like, okay, what's the point of this room, right? It doesn't. This room doesn't do anything. But maybe there's a clue there which you haven't noticed that's going to help you with elsewhere. In another puzzle, or certainly later on in the game. Now, the other interesting thing on this is a roguelite. So what happens at the end of the day, or because you have a amount of steps as well. You start with 50 steps, and each time you enter a room, you basically lose 1 step, right? And there's rooms that give you steps, there's rooms that make you lose more steps as well. And the idea is, if you run out of steps, you call it a day. And when you start the next day, all the rooms back to there's no rooms there again. So you have to start randomizing again. Like a good roguelite as well, you don't start with all the rooms. You cannot draft all the rooms that are available. As you progress the game, you'll learn, you'll discover new rooms that once you discover them for the first time, they become part of your draft going forward. Also, the further north you go, rooms start getting locked. So you may need a key to open it. So you need to find keys. Other rooms to draft, you might need gems. So you need to find gems. And there's a lot of puzzles. I love puzzle games. I wouldn't say this is my type of puzzle game. The ones where you have to get a piece of pen and paper and start working things out. But I'm loving it. One puzzle in particular that I'm loving is the billiards rooms puzzle, especially the dartboard. And I'm not going to say obviously how you solve, but it's a mathematical thing anyway, with numbers. But the first time I got it, the first 2 times I got it even, because later on there's a room, a library, where you can see your stats. So I've been to that room X amount of times. I think I want to say 25 times, and I've solved the puzzle 23 times. The only reason I didn't solve the puzzle the first 2 times is because I hadn't got a clue how to solve it. But basically, to the way I got it was I found a piece of paper in another room, right? And I also found a magnifying glass as one of the items, because you get these items that you have to help you as well, that you can find throughout your playthrough, and you lose them again at the end of the day. And there's this particular piece of paper that I found with like a little smudge of color somewhere, and it's the same colors as the colors you see on this dartboard. And then I'm like, okay, I need to have a look at that. And then I managed to find the magnifying glass, and then I went there with the magnifying glass, and I could actually see the rules for how you play the darts game. I'm like, oh, okay. So I quickly took a screenshot of it with the magnifying glass. And I'm like, cool. Next time I went there, I'm like, I used that logic to solve it, and I'm like, I solved it, and the thing opened, and I'm like, I got a prize. I'm like, oh, I know how to solve it, and they keep getting harder and harder and harder. So it's that type of game, right? And it's also that type of game that is not good for people like me, because sometimes I'm having a really good run and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then I see something shiny. Oh, I have never drafted this room. Let me draft it, and then you draft yourself into a corner, and you need to call it a day. I was playing it yesterday, and I'm on day 30, which is a long time. I'm also on 14 hours, 15 hours played, and I've got zero achievements. This game is mean when it comes to achievements. But anyway, I managed to essentially get into the antechamber, which is one of the things you need to do. You get a key from it, and you need to do something with that key, which is not simple. But I was able to do that something with that key, and then I got to this other place. I'm being very vague. And I thought to myself, "Oh, great! I'm gonna get room 46," and then it's even more puzzles, and I'm like, "Oh, there's a lot more here." And it was quite late, so I was like, so I just called it today. That's how I left it. But I'm getting close to to hopefully get into this room 46. But yeah, it has that it's proper roguelite. It has that thing of certain things you unlock become permanent upgrades as well. There's one particular one, if you do, you get 20 more steps every day. There's other ones where you do, you get like some coins to start with the day. So there are things that will help you go further. Also, you get this upgrade disc, so you can upgrade rooms. So rooms, maybe you can upgrade a room to always have a gem on it, or stuff like that. So there is that roguelike aspect of it, where you can no run is wasted. So even if you draft yourself into a corner, you might have got a new room, you might have learned something, you might have got a bit more information about how to do how to solve the game. I think this game is a masterpiece. It's just phenomenal. It's going to be in contention at the end of the year, certainly for Game of the Year. I'm just absolutely loving it. Yeah, and that's Blue Prince.
I haven't played as much as you, but definitely it's gonna be up there. I mean, that every way that you can upgrade. I remember the dartboard puzzle. I didn't have a clue. I was just like, okay, add together the, oh, this, and I pieced it together without a clue and got it. Like, oh, okay. I mean, this is a game where you almost have to have a note, because
Oh
there's
yeah.
so much that is hidden. Like, I found a safe that I have no idea what, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a safe there now. Now I gotta find code so I can go back and open the safe. And just the way that you're able to build this mansion, craft, and upgrade those, and upgrade the chances of getting the offense. Uh, it it is so phenomenally well done. It's almost like a kind of like a chill type experience, but at the same time you have to use your brain a lot because there's so many puzzles. And I mean, the puzzle itself of how you build out this and get the necessary steps to get all the way. I it's just so good.
Yeah, I mean, one puzzle in particular. Again, I'm going to be vague here because I definitely don't want to spoil anything. But one puzzle in specific, which I was quite proud of solving, was, there's this place outside, because you can go outside of the mansion as well. And I'm like, okay, there's a padlock there, and I don't know the code. I tried to, I actually got the code in the first place by brute forcing it. I literally brute forced it. So I actually opened that before I solved how to get the code. So I was able to get to this place by brute forcing it, which is, hey, it's a technique, right? It's not right. But then literally, I got like there's like a room where you can where you can put the fuse box basically, and you have to turn it on, right? So another room tells you how to use the fuse box. Okay, so I read that. I'm like, okay, took a picture of it. Next time in the fuse box, I'm gonna know how to solve it. Then I was able to solve the fuse box. Then I was able to go into another room, right, where the light goes off. Okay, and I'm like, oh, I got the fuse box. Though I'm gonna go back to the fuse box. I was able to click the light back on again, and then I went there, and then I saw the place where the on the picture of this place where the padlock is. And I'm like, but I cannot see because I need the magnifying glass. So then I managed to get the magnifying glass, and I was After I used magnifying glass, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the code there. I mean, I had it already anyway because I had brute forced it, but I'm like, that's how you solve it, and I love that. So that's obviously the way to do it, and that's the dumb way to do it, which is brute forcing it and just staying there and and putting lots of numbers. Yeah, this game is phenomenal. What have you been playing yourself, Aaron?
So definitely kind of done a bunch of different stuff. That was one that I haven't played as much recently, but I did a while back that I feel like really need to talk about. A game called Guns of, and this is a Metroidvania that is like Metal Slug, but that type of game, sort of like
I am.
Contra, Metal Slug. It definitely has that look feel of Metal Slug,
Oh,
but it's got more of the Metroidvania aspect to it. So the different areas, to
oh wow.
bosses, and upgrade your guns, or you change your gun. Um, so yeah, it's a simple game, but similar, to roguelites where you or Metroidvanias, you can't go to a area until you try to go to that area. Uh, so then you go back to get the upgrade that you need, or sometimes you got to find like either battery, lever, something along those lines, elevator, or any of that stuff. So um, it,
Mm.
it's a
It looks
very,
phenomenal.
very fun. It's a little tough, but not too tough. It's got bosses, mini bosses, very similar. Yes, and yeah, I mean, I've really, really enjoyed that. It's been a great game on my deck.
Mm.
Take it on the go, play a little further. It's a game that if you're into Metroidvanias, this should definitely.
Yeah, no, it looks. I mean, you must have told me about it before because it was on my wish list already. But I'm looking at it. It definitely has that look of Metal Slug for sure. Random. I mean, it doesn't have the destructible environment, but it reminded me a bit of Broforce, though, which I love. I love
Yeah,
Broforce. I think Broforce is
Broforce would
phenomenal.
be another one. It doesn't have like full destructible environments, but
No, no.
there's definitely areas that
Mhm.
everything access.
Broforce is so good. Broforce is the one of the games that makes me smile. Just thinking about it makes me smile. That's the mark of a great game. Now this looks phenomenal. Guns of Fury. I mean, it's already on my wish list. I need to get onto it for sure. It looks like I would like it. Is it co-op or just single player? I
I've
could check.
just
I
played
guess
it
it's
single
single.
player.
No,
I
it's
think
single
it's
player. No,
just.
yeah, just single player only.
It would be wonderful if it had co.
Mm. No, it looks awesome. Very good, very good. I mean, the other game I've been playing has been with Marius, and it has been we've been playing Split Fiction. We haven't finished it yet, so we're about, I would say, just 40% in, maybe halfway. According to how long to beat, we're on 6 hours, so how long to beat is 13 hours, so we're
Maybe
40%.
chapter
Yeah, give or
3,
take.
chapter 4.
So I'll tell you where we are without giving too much away. We've we've got the jetpacks, and we go we just don't have the jetpacks anymore. So we are at that part. So that's what we are. I found that as I was playing the first couple hours of it, I was loving it, obviously, because it's a great game. But I was thinking, I really like this game. This is a very well-made game, but it's not going anywhere near It Takes Two. That was my opinion. The first 2-3 hours of it. The other 2-3 hours of it afterwards, I've done stuff on it that I've gone like, oh no, this is top class. One thing in particular that we both mentioned, Maris and I, that we really like is the way it changes perspective in a lot of ways, where you go in side on, and then maybe the camera just goes over, and then it becomes isometric, and then all of a sudden you go into behind the third person view. The way they keep playing with the camera is reminds me a bit of Nier Automata. I don't know if you played Nier Automata, but you had a lot of that as well. And the boss before the jetpacks, I'm being vague, obviously, for spoilers, but the boss before the jetpack with the portals was excellent. I mean, again, that was another clear example of doing that 2D and 3D view. The story, I'm not completely sold on yet. I think the story is a bit meh so far. I will see if it gets better. But basically, they're stuck inside this machine, and they're stealing their ideas. That's the idea of the story. And they both, obviously, one does fiction, the other science fiction, the other one does medieval fiction, or whatever you call it, like Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. And from different worlds, but then through their stories, they kind of like getting to know each other and forming a friendship. It's a nice story, don't get me wrong, but it's not it's not blowing my socks up, mind you. Same thing was said about It Takes Two, that the story was a bit meh. I quite like the story of It Takes Two, but it takes I guess different people take different things from games. One short story I want to talk about was the last one I played. Okay, and that's the one where they pencil. You see the pencil, and it's all in.
My gosh!
Yes, that story so far it's been my best one, because basically the story's being drawn a bit like Scribblenauts almost in a way, in that style, but in obviously in pencil, right? And one thing that happened, I will spoil this little bit. Yeah, so this ogre shows up and he makes you answer three questions. I don't know. Did you answer the 3 questions?
I did. Yep.
This is the fun part, right? So he asks 3 questions, and we both go for because you have to both agree on the answer, right? And we both go for an answer. And then I realized that he gets all happy when we answer, and when he gets all happy, his helmet opens up. And I shot him in the eye and killed him, so I didn't have to answer the other 2 questions. And then the narrator goes like, "Oh, or I guess he can just die," or something like that. And I love when the developers put something in that somebody, because you didn't do it. That's because obviously you obviously introed on the questions, and Marius was as well. But then I looked at it. I'm like, I got a bow and arrow. He just showed me his eye. I'm just gonna throw an arrow at him. And but yeah, that was funny, and I love, like I said, when games do that, and Hazelight is they're masters of that. But as you play the rest of that side story, and you're going on this 2D pencil, like beautifully animated pencil, like a style game, it just goes 3D. The camera just pans and it becomes 3D, all in like still in pencil. And I was like, I want to play a game which is all like this, because this is. And that was the thing that It Takes Two had. It Takes Two had so many mini games and things where you would go like, they'll give you something like let's give you a mechanic that you're only going to use in this level, and it's great. And most games would pick that and go like, oh, we got a game in our hands, and that's going to be the rest of the game, right? And they give you that, and then they go like, nope, we're done with that. We're gonna give you something else, which is also cool. And so far on the main story, I haven't found that as much, but on the side stories, that's what I've been finding. That same thing where they give you like this great mechanic that they take away. Also, the Easter eggs are great. Memorably that I have so far. Obviously, you got the Portal Easter egg. And I've also I don't know if you found the Dark Souls Easter egg, but I was quite happy to find the Dark Souls Easter egg, being obviously my favorite game. So yeah, I'm really liking it. It's taking a bit of time because Maris is only available in the evenings, as am I, to be fair. But he's only available late evening, and obviously with my partner going to bed early because she does earlys one week, late one the other week, kind of thing. So when she's on earlys, it's difficult. I literally have an hour to play. So we're gonna hopefully try and put a dent in it more next week and start getting close to that. To the end, but yeah, so far I'm loving it, and again, this is another one in contention for Game of the Year. Certainly, it's going to be in the conversation at the end of the year. But yeah, Split Fiction, absolutely phenomenal. What I played so far, but that's an in progress review. Yeah.
Well, last time I talked about it in progress, and since then I have. I will say specifically, like you said, the first couple hours, there's not like anything wowing you. Like there's some things that you do in the levels, but the side story with the farm, fun one. But there wasn't really anything that really, yeah, and that's similar to It Takes Two, where he doesn't really hit until. And I found that with this, as you progress into like chapter 5, 6, you start to learn more why these characters are making and
Decisions.
the
Yeah.
connections and all that kind of stuff to it. And I I I thought that really started to hit more. Now, I mean, definitely the stenciled in level that you were talking about, that is probably the best levels that I played. And also in contention with that is Chapter 8. Chapter 8 as a whole is absolutely mind bending. The way that they do everything in this, I don't know how they did it. I don't know if anyone could ever replicate it, but it was absolutely insane. It was it was like if I was to choose between either the stencil level chapter 8, man,
Okay.
I have no idea which one would be better. I mean, chapter
Yeah,
8
I'm really
is,
looking for. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to get there. To that chapter 8. To I actually don't know what chapter I mean. They don't really say the chapters. I don't think, or I'm missing that anyway. But I'll try and work out where I am. I think I'm probably chapter 3, chapter 4, something like that. That's probably what I
you
am.
defeated the Ice King, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that would be chapter 3.
So. Okay.
Yep.
Another one, if I can just quickly touch it. Sorry, because it just came to me. And you were actually watching this. You were expecting us play this part. There's a part in the motorbike which is great, and Marius happened to be driving the motorbike and trying to obviously shoot and move and do all of that. And then I'm having to defuse the bomb on the phone, and he's doing all that, check if you're a human and that thing. And it was so hilarious because Marius is trying to concentrate, on the drive, but he wants to see what I'm doing in the phone. I'm laughing my head off because it's just ridiculous. And like all of their games, this one is also has really proper laugh out loud moments. He hasn't had anything like the teddy bear, the elephant in It Takes Two. He hasn't had anything because that one there, me and Marius were like crying laughing at the end of it. It was like proper like brutal. So we haven't had that yet, but yeah, it's a great game. Like I said, it's a great game. Right. Do you have one more game, or are we moving on to the why don't yous?
I'll save another one for next.
Sounds good. Okay, so it's why don't you time. So this is the part of the show where we I don't know if we call it why don't you. We used to call it why don't you on the on the last the last podcast. I don't really have a name for it, but this is the part of the show where we give you a recommendation of something to do, something to read, something to watch, anything really.
We call it check this out.
Check this out. I like it. More American. Check this out.
Check it.
Yeah. Check it out. Do you have one? Because I do. I find that I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of audiobooks, and I'm gonna go. See, this is funny because I changed my mind on the spot here. I'm gonna go with Children of Time.
Okay.
Children of Time. I'll
Sell me on it.
find. I'll try and get the name of the. Maybe you can get the name of the author as I describe Children of Time. So Children of Time basically. So humanity is at the point. Adrian something, isn't it? Adrian.
Charkov.
That's it. Yeah. So humanity is at the point where they've explored the stars, they've colonized different planets. They're masses of their own domain. This is there's lots of different sci-fi. This is the type of sci-fi where there's no aliens, but maybe there was alien civilizations that been and gone. But this is not a first encounter type of one, but it is in another way. So basically, humanity is at that point where they're the masters of their own domain, and they've terraformed this planet to be like Earth. Okay, so that not a replica, but with the same atmosphere and all of that, right? Same ratio of water and that type of things. And their idea of this is they want to play God. So what they do is they want they develop this nanovirus thing where it helps natural selection. So the idea is they want to literally throw a bunch of monkeys down to this planet, drop the nanovirus, and then see how if they evolve into humans, or if they can, they're just playing God, right? Some people don't like this and don't like what's happening. So this is all in the first chapter. So things go wrong, and they get sabotaged, and the monkeys get literally the barrel of monkeys that was going to go down gets destroyed, and but the nanovirus was sent, but there's no primates down there to be able to use this nanovirus. Tell you what it is: spiders. So these spiders get this nanovirus, and not just spiders. Every single creature got this virus, but the spiders are thriving, and this is one of those stories that takes centuries, right? Because and you kind of follow the Portia, this spider, and Bianca, this other spider, like, or their descendants. You kind of like following their story, and it does that beautiful thing where they're the monster, right? But you're following them, you're following their story, how they're progressing, and how they're, you keep evolving, and they don't know why, because they don't understand why. But they obviously they are, and the way they approach technology is completely different than because obviously they haven't got they're not apes. They haven't got opposable thumbs. They haven't got thumbs. So you're kind of following it, but then at the same time, because this rebellion happened, you have this group of humans that are going towards this planet. So that is who's going to inherit this planet? Is it the spiders that are there already that have managed to create a civilization and they keep evolving, or is it going to be the humans, right? And obviously, without giving much, it's excellent sci-fi. Okay, really good sci-fi. And somebody like me, which has arachnophobia, I don't like spiders. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that I found myself rooting for the spider, because the human race, certainly on this novel, is the monster, not the spider. So they're the ones that and anyway, it's excellent sci-fi, proper beautiful sci-fi, excellent role. I mean, he won a lot of awards. This book, so it's not it's not going to come as a surprise. He won the I think he won the Hugo award for sci-fi and a few other things like that. So yeah, Children of Time is excellent. Yeah,
Sounds good.
what do we got for us? It is good.
Uh, so this episode gonna go a show, and a
Oh,
little bit of background. I am an RN now. Done a little bit of everything. So I've
for my cousin that doesn't know acronyms, what's an RN?
RN is registered nurse.
Okay.
So um and
See, my cousin listens to this and he doesn't know any acronyms. So whenever we say something they don't know, I might ask you. And for my cousin, what does that mean, right? And you could ask the same thing to me as well.
uh so uh being in the medical field, I hate um because they're incredibly inaccurate. They great things how they
Hmm.
they're over dramatized
Yeah.
romance or
So this could have 20 cc's of this, 20 cc's of that.
I mean some of those are accurate, but like the biggest faux pas for any movie show whatever is they take the defibrillator, shock somebody back to life, and their heart is showing a flat line.
Hmm.
Can't shock that. It nothing to shock. So there's only a couple different rhythms that actually shock them.
Hmm.
And so anytime that I see like a medical show and like this guy's flatline, give me the crash cart, clear, I
It makes for good TV though.
it makes for good TV, but it just pisses me off. And so
Hmm.
I'm like, I just can't watch this. So terrible. Or like shows where the doctors are doing everything, throwing in IV, talking with
Hmm.
the patient for hours. They don't. Um, so I I was clued in. I believe we were talking about it in about the show called The Pit. Max, Max, whatever you call it. Um, and it's from a couple of the producer writers from ER,
Hmm.
best medical, did most of it right, but and then the doctor from ER, no, and so the show is an ER shift, so it goes hour by hour. So similar to 24 back in the day, where each episode is an hour in the day of this event. This is the same thing. And so right off the bat, uh, the doctors are coming in, getting the report, and you see a naked guy running away, screaming, "No more needles! No more needles!" I was like,
Okay.
all right, that's accurate. That happens in the ER all the time. Get
Oh
naked
wow.
people running around or, getting out of the room because you're trying to give them a shot, like all the time.
Hmm.
Um, and then, so they showed like some of the frequent flyers. So there was a drunk guy that, is always in there. And you also have that. And so as the days progress, you get to know these characters have new residents. So it might because it happened. Um,
Hmm.
and so you're following the new people to the ER. You got the ending. You got the uh, and one of my favorite characters, charge nurse. She was 100% um,
Hmm.
battle act, fantastic. Uh,
Hmm.
He was wonderful. And so you see, as the day progresses, like some of the different things occurred in the lives to Noah Wild's character happened. Yes, that was
Okay.
the actual meta, everything they did is spot on. Like I was sitting there watching like Jake
Mm-hmm.
what they were doing like happen 20 minutes in the episode later, that's exactly what happened.
Oh wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yes. Like,
Good writing. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it whoever did the actual self, they were 100% spot on. Even in the code situations where someone's heart stopped or heart is in bad rhythm, they did exactly.
Oh.
Really, the only complaint that I would have that's not real life in it
Mm-hmm.
is like in some of the code situations, someone is crashing. There's like 30 people. It's
Okay.
utter chaos, and for TV aspect, you can't have that many. So that that was what they did for TV, but still, out it they were very accurate, and it
Okay. That sounds
it
great.
it's not for the faint of heart,
Mm-hmm.
because it, whatever happened, they show
Okay.
it's not cable regular cable TV show. Have to say 100% what things, and
Oh wow.
uh,
Okay.
so so if you ever wanted to know what work in a car is like, this is a
Mm-hmm.
very show. Um, and and
And that's
in
the.
in the
Mm-hmm.
end, they do have a major event that they have to get through, and I I think it is sensationalized a little bit for TV, but at the same time, if something happened like that, they did it exactly how it, and
Okay.
like
Right.
100% applause this.
Right. So the pit is not available in the UK. It's not
Oh,
yet, anyway. But I do. I do. Before we finish the podcast, I'm gonna do. You're the a medical Nero, okay, in this one, okay. So I'm gonna give you some medical dramas that I've watched, TV shows, and you're gonna give me a yay or a nay for being good or bad, okay. We'll start with ER. I think you said already ER is a
pretty good.
okay. We're gonna go with Scrubs.
Scrubs is good. It's one that I do really like. It's not overly realistic, but they do have show more of the team aspect. So they have the doctors, but like
Okay.
they're in an ICU, but also med cert. Like
Mm,
they're just kind of like in the same wing of the hospital, but they.
all right. All right. I got Nurse Jackie. I think you haven't seen that one you said before, right?
I
Nurse
haven't
Jackie.
watched it, but I know that one's
And finally, I haven't seen much of this. I've only seen a few episodes here and there. But House.
House. I like.
Mhm.
It's again not overly realistic. It's nice for special later episodes, but the thought process on the kind of how you somewhat
Yeah. There you go. That wasn't too bad. All of the ones I get got a
yeah.
thumbs up. That's excellent. Okay.
Thumbs down. Grey's Anatomy would be one.
I haven't seen
Just
those. Yeah.
um, stuff like
You
that.
know,
Like
I'm not a lawyer, but I'll tell you what, it's catnip to me. It's like when it comes to like lawyer shows, again, I'm sure they're all like pretty bad, but like the Good Wife is excellent. I don't know if you've ever seen The Good Wife. Also, I quite like Suits as well. So I quite like
Have you watched Lincoln Lawyer?
no, not yet. No,
Oh,
no.
you should watch
I
that
because
one.
yeah, because I know it's gonna be up my street. But there you are. Okay, well that does bring us to the end of the podcast. It's been a great one, I think. Some good games we talked about, and yeah, don't forget to draft as well. So do send in your vote either on the comments below on if you're watching this on YouTube, and if not, you can just go onto YouTube and go ahead and comment, or you can email. I'm going to ask the email because I keep forgetting. So it's
Roguegamerspodcast at gmail.com.
yeah. The reason I keep asking for it is because I know I'm going to give the old email if I try, because it's what's in the back of my head. But yes, we're gonna leave you with these great recommendations of this TV show and obviously the audiobook, and we'll be back hopefully in the next couple of weeks with another one. So I've been Bruno Pinto.
I've been Aaron.
See you later. All right, very good.